Welcome to day 13, second Saturday session. Another double session today. First session, we're doing all of Sentinel Training's Compete Track programming, 4 pieces to get through. We're starting off workout 1 for time, 42 calorie echo bike, 21 squat snatches with 52 kilos, 30 calories, then 15 squat snatches, 18 calories, and then 9 squat snatches. So it's the classic couplet with monostructural work on the bike and weightlifting with the squat snatch at a moderately light weight. But this sort of a workout is definitely a leg burner, particularly for me on the bike. It blows up my legs pretty hard, but I knew that I could just do singles on the squat snatches. And with the descending rep scheme, I knew that I just had to get through that set of 21 and the 30 calories, and then the 15, 18, and 9, I could just keep steady and finish it strong, even if I was hurting a little bit, which definitely was for the first workout on a Saturday. Last week there was an ease in with the accessory and the lifting before the workouts, but today straight in. After a warm-up, of course, I always do a warm-up, which is prescribed by Sentinel. I just don't feel the need to show the warm-ups, as when I'm watching other people do stuff, I couldn't really care less about their warm-ups, cool-downs, and all the fluff in between the training. I'd rather just see what's happening, what training you're doing, the quality work, and that's the whole point of this, is to just document the quality pieces of training that I'm doing and provide a little bit of entertainment for those that want to follow along. So on that note, if you do like these, or if you're enjoying the videos and the documentation, let me know in the comments. I feel definitely like to hear back from people if you are tuning in regularly or just watching the odd video. I appreciate anyone that is watching it, and I hope that they're enjoyable so far. Slowly figuring it out and getting used to putting these videos together, trying to make them a little more smooth. But at the end of the day, this is purely just to show what I'm doing and have something to look back on in the future. So we'll let this workout, let it do its thing. Singles all the way on the snatches here. Legs were feeling it already after the first bike. It is a big chunk of calories to start the day, but wanted to hold on for at least a couple touch and go reps on the last set, and I managed to do that for the last 2. And even then, I was a bit shaky on the 8th and 9th rep. But yeah, rough start, but a good way to get the body going for a Saturday morning. So for our lifting today, we've got an EMOM for 9 sets, 1 squat snatch, starting at a 7 RPE, probably starting a little bit under that. However, for the amount of sets this is, I don't think the incremental jumps, I would have had to make such small jumps set to set for it to be a 7 RPE start and then finish at a heavy single. So I just started at 60 kilos and then added about 2 to 3 kilos each jump. First jump was 5 kilos to 65, and then we went 2 kilos and then 3 kilos every other set. And then at the 9-minute mark, you do every 90 seconds for 7 sets. And then at the 20-minute mark, it's every 2 minutes for 5 sets. And the point of those difference in time is that we aim to go a little heavier on those sets by that point. So a little more recovery between, hopefully regain and recover some power so you can hit the heavier weights a little better. Now, my squat snatch all-time best is 117 kilos, and I've done 120 kilos with weightlifting straps. I think I tend to be around a 110 to 115 most of the time. However, at the moment, after doing a few heavy snatches recently, I think I'm a little bit below that. And in today's session, the heaviest I get up to is 105, as I miss 107 kilos. And based off of the workout prescription, it said to drop the weight if you miss. So once I missed the 107, I dropped back to 105, as I did hit it in the previous set. And then I missed that, then try again at 105, and I miss it. But then for my final set, I hit the 105 for a second time. So that's just kind of where the strength was at today, or maybe just where it's at the moment. But hopefully a few weeks of some snatch work and some strength can build that back up closer to about a 115 snatch, which I think I'll be happy with. So for our second workout today, this one, 2 minutes of work, 1 minute of rest for 5 sets. 15 cal ski, 10 deficit handstand push-ups with a 6-inch deficit, and then max ski calories in the time remaining. So I looked at this and knew that I'm pretty decent on the ski, and the deficit handstand push-ups, even though it is a kipping deficit handstand push-up, as opposed to strict, I'm still pretty good at this. My shoulder strength is good, so I thought I'd be able to push pretty hard. Didn't really know how many calories or how much time I'd have left, so this first round was definitely a bit of a tester. Although I did try to go out pretty hot on the ski, about just under 40 seconds for 15 cals, so pushing decent pace. And then aim was here to just do all my sets unbroken, giving myself as much time on the ski in the back half of each set to push and kind of just find out what the calories were going to be at after round 1. And on this first set, I managed to get 21 calories, which I knew that I could probably maintain around that 20 calorie mark. I did think I was going to drop a little, but second set, I got more. I got 22, and then I held 22 calories for the 4 sets, and I finished real strong with 24 calories. And I was really happy with this workout. was happy with my effort. The recovery minute between usually, or in the past, has been a very hard time for me to recover in that short of a period of rest. But I feel like my fitness has increased enough to where I can back it up and keep going and know that it's there to be able to hold on and repeat the same efforts. So yeah, very happy with this one. Gives me good confidence in knowing that I can push some of this monostructural work a little harder, particularly when it is paired with a strength like a gymnastics movement. And this 2-minute time domain, which does come up regularly in interval work, I'm getting a bit more comfortable with knowing that it's just 2 minutes to hold on and just let the body work and hope you can recover and trust that you can recover, or at least if you can't, just give a good effort and the fitness will slowly adapt over time the more and more you do it. So yeah, I'll let this one play out and see how it goes. And to finish this first session, we've got the accessory piece. This one's 3 sets for max unbroken complex. So it's 5-second ring plank hold, and then 1 ring push-up, and then you just increase that. So 10 seconds, then 2, then 15, then 3. Very similar to a hang and a pull-up piece that I had on the second day of training for this. I was getting a little further on this one. The hang on that day, I remember my hands being pretty beat up and body pretty tired. But I was getting to the set of 5 push-ups each time on this, which was taking about 1.5 minutes. I maintained that for all 3 sets. It did get pretty tough. Just on the core was pretty tired actually, and the arms and shoulders and chest, just having to hold the rings in. But a good accessory, a good finish for this morning session. So for session number 2, we're starting off with some plyometric work again. Every 30 seconds for 8 minutes. So it'll be 8 sets of each variation. We're alternating between 5 box clears, 24-inch box height, and then 5 box jump up and downs, working on some rebounding. And I just include this plyometric work as it's something that I think should do a little bit more regularly than a lot of people do, particularly before competition. Just that speed, the fast twitch muscle fiber reaction. I think that's something to have and to include in your regular training. So I'm just doing different variations of this each week, just off of what I feel or what I feel like doing at the time. Pretty simple stuff, really, and it's just a good way to also warm up the body for some squat work to come. So squat strength work for today's session, we're doing an 8-minute EMOM of 2 back squats with 140 kilos. And then at the 10-minute mark, we're going into another 8-minute EMOM of 1 tempo paused zombie squat with 110 kilos. So both of these weights and volume is a little bit up from the heavier stuff from last session. 140 kilos for 3 reps is what I topped out at last week. So this week I went with getting some more volume at that weight, priming the body to start to go a little bit heavier as weeks progress. And then the tempo paused zombie front squat is something that I'm trying to include a little bit more regularly to work on holding a better upper body, a better torso position through my front squat. And the tempo is just to get more time under tension and still use a decent loaded bar. I was aiming for a 5-second negative and then a 3-second pause at the bottom. I think some sets go a little bit quick or pause for not quite 3, or maybe it's a 4-second descent, but either way, I was doing them under control, and overall I actually felt not too bad squatting in this session for both the back squat and the zombie squat. I think the strength is up a little bit from last week, but the fatigue was still pretty high in the body. The muscles and the joints and that, a little bit tired from the week that was, but doing this extra stuff, I base it off how I feel, and if I feel decent enough, then I don't see why not push some of the weights, as it does need work, and body needs to be primed and ready to hit the heaviest weights that I can at the Torian Pro. So if I can't hit stuff in training, then it's just not going to happen on the competition floor. That's how I see it. For me, I know where I'm at. I do enough training that on the comp floor, I'm not going to pull out a miracle. It doesn't work like that for me. It comes down to knowing yourself, knowing your training, and having confidence in the weights that you can do. And if you do hit a new best in competition, that's great. Obviously, the programming that you've done leading to that point has worked well to allow for that. However, it won't be significantly more than you've ever done or that you've recently done, particularly if you know where your strength is at. Like for me at the moment, my strength is a little down from where it's once been. So I'm not going to get a PB on the comp floor unless I was to somehow get extremely strong in the next few weeks, better than I've ever been at a lighter body weight, which I just don't think is going to happen. But the squats in this felt good, and I'm hoping next week I can hit some decent weights as well, hopefully a little heavier, and feel pretty good doing it. So we'll see what happens after another week of training. So for this afternoon/this evening session, I chose to do a workout with rope climbs with a little bit of a bigger chunk of reps each set, or at least the start, and then a bit of a funky movement, something that I just wanted to do that is a little bit bad of a movement for me. I imagine it's pretty bad for everyone, but a dual dumbbell burpee box step over, two 22.5 kilo dumbbells. Just a weird movement, something that doesn't really come up regularly, but on the off chance that something like this is programmed for the Torian Pro, nice to touch on, get a feel for the rhythm and the sort of rep speed that I might be able to do in a workout where it also has a bit of a grip factor with the rope climbs, and the abs from the ropes, pulling the legs up, and then obviously the bracing of doing the burpee and the dumbbell get up and step over. This wasn't, this was a tough workout, but it wasn't terrible. Takes about 10.5 minutes for me to get through. It's only 3 sets, and the rope climb reps go down by 4 reps each time, and the dumbbell work goes up by 4 reps each time. So 3 rounds, if you think of it, of pretty even time frames, but still got tough. Both these movements are pretty high demand on the body. A lot of things working, a lot of muscle groups working. And just another way to get a little bit of fitness in for another 10 minutes of my week. So, yeah, not a bad little workout. A little bit miserable, depending on if you're bad at rope climbs, but I think my rope climb efficiency is getting pretty decent now. Having a little bit better fitness is allowing me to attack the reps a little bit quicker, not take as long in between reps, and then I'm getting up to the mark in 2 pulls every time. So, happy with the rope climb progress, but the dumbbells and the box, anytime those 2 things are together, not the best for me. So maybe do a few more workouts, including those 2 movements, which will get me to a little bit of better fitness point. But yeah, we've got 1 more piece after this to finish off with, and that'll do for Saturday's session. So I finished off the session working on my GHD sit-ups, just 10-minute EMOM of 16 sit-ups. So yeah, 16 GHD sit-ups every minute for 10 minutes. Good little finisher. 160 reps, just getting some volume built up so that way I can tolerate doing a GHD workout that has a fair few reps in it. And later on this week, on my Friday's session, we've got Midline Century programmed, which is from the Mayhem Classic semi-final. So test that out, see how I go, see if I can finish it. That's what's on as one of the workouts for this week. So getting these in definitely is going to help get the body a little bit adjusted to doing such high volume of core work in those intervals. So looking forward to it, see how I go. And that's all for this session. Tomorrow we're doing Sunday session, a little bit different tomorrow morning. Going to start off at the beach with some beach sprints. See you then.